Search for things that you must do in Tokyo, Japan, and I can guarantee you that the making of the Harry Potter tour at the Warner Brothers studio will appear on any list that you will find. Yep. There is a real life-size Hogwarts in Japan that is officially listed as the largest Harry Potter exhibit of its kind in the world. But I'm willing to bet that you already know that and have clicked onto this video either because you're trying to decide if this tour is worth adding to your upcoming Tokyo, Japan itinerary, or you have already purchased tickets and are wondering what exactly is it that I need to know before going, as well as low-key curious for a little sneak preview of the tour. Well, this video is going to address all of those questions. I'm gonna be outlining absolutely everything you need to know or be aware of before heading off to this Harry Potter tour in Tokyo, from how to get tickets, how to get there, what to bring or not to bring, what to expect, as well as hot tips such as the best possible time to visit in order to avoid crowds. And I will be doing all of this whilst giving you a little sneak preview of the venue before sharing my personal take on whether this tour is worth adding to your itinerary from the perspective of a Potterhead and also as someone who has been to their UK location. And so if that sounds good to you, well, strap yourselves in and all on board the Hogwarts Express. So what exactly is the Harry Potter Tokyo Tour? Well, the making of the Harry Potter Studio Tour originally opened its doors in March 2012 in the UK, offering an opportunity for Potterheads such as myself to see the actual props and sets used in the filming of all 8 Harry Potter films. Needless to say, the tour was an instant hit, and so before long there were talks about recreating this experience elsewhere. And trivia time, did you know that Japan is the 3rd country where Harry Potter is the most popular in, after the US and the UK? In fact, this Harry Potter tour in Tokyo is not to be confused with the Harry Potter World in Osaka, which is another story for another time. You get it, Harry Potter is popular with a capital P in Japan, which is why Warner Brothers picked Tokyo, Japan as the location for them to recreate the making of the Harry Potter experience. The Tokyo location was built where the former Toshimaen amusement park used to be and opened its doors on the 16th of June 2023. It is the first of its kind in Asia and also notably larger when compared to its UK counterpart. The tour allows you to get up close and personal with the original film sets such as the famous Platform 9 3/4, Diagon Alley and the Ministry of Magic. You can grab a snack and a taste of the famous butterbeer while you're there. That's not all. The Tokyo location is also home to the largest Harry Potter store in the world. Sounds amazing, Steve. I am sold. How can I get tickets? Well, I personally just got mine from the official Warner Brothers website, which is the first place I recommend you check out. Link here and also in my description box. But here are some things you need to know about the tickets. And yes, you definitely want to get your tickets beforehand as they are not sold at the venue. The slots for the date you want to go open up 2 months beforehand. So for example, this video was recorded at the end of June, basically July, and as you can see here, the tickets for September are not yet open for sale. The adult tickets cost 6,500 yen, aka $40 but if you're bringing kids, the tickets are cheaper. Specifically, it would cost 5,400 yen if the kid is aged between 12 to 17 and 3,900 yen if they're aged between 4 to 11. The tickets will be delivered to you via email. You can choose to either print them out or have it saved onto your Apple Wallet for easy access. And yes, whilst it's still very possible to get a ticket closer to your planned date, it is advisable to book as soon as you can as the tour is very popular and it also might be harder to book if you're planning to book several tickets, and also there are assigned time slots, and as such you will have a wider range of time slots to choose from the earlier you book. Speaking of available time slots, Klook is another site for you to go have a look at if in case the time slot that you want to go at is booked out on the official website, as sometimes that time slot is still available on Klook. Speaking of time slots, let's now talk about the best time to go if you want to avoid crowds. The tour is open from 9:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. on weekdays and 8:30 a.m. till 10 p.m. on weekends. In general, I would recommend going first thing in the morning as the crowds start to build up throughout the day. And also, as it is obviously a popular event with kids, you want to make sure to go on a weekday and also when it isn't the public school holidays in Japan. These are the school holiday periods in Japan for reference. Summer vacation takes place from July July the 20th to the 31st of August, winter vacation from the 26th of December to the 6th of January, and spring vacation from the 25th of March to April 5th. But if you are going during this period, well then make sure that you go on a weekday and as close to opening time as you can. If crowds are not a concern for you and you're after a more special experience, it could be worthwhile visiting during Christmas. They did something special for Christmas last year with a stunning 6-meter tall Christmas tree, illuminations, and a special food menu inspired by the Yule Ball as seen in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. There were also additional light features throughout the premise, including around the Patronus, Harry, and Hagrid. I wasn't there, but man, the pictures online look amazing. No official announcement on whether they'll be doing it this year, but last year they ran it from the 15th of November all the way to the 8th of January. Okay, so you've got your tickets and are ready to head to the tour. Let's now talk about how to get there. I'm just currently headed off to the making of Harry Potter. I'll be going from the Oedo line, which is pink, and from Toshimaen Station. It says here from the Toshimaen Station, it's about a 5-minute or 200-meter walk. I was traveling from Ginza and it took me around 40 minutes to get there, but I recommend giving it at least an hour leeway as it is important that you are on time for the tour, as they do recommend for you to arrive at least 20 minutes before the tour starts. The specific route for you depends on where you're traveling from, of course, but basically you want to get on the Ikebukuro line. I hopped on at the Ikebukuro station, and from there it is 5 stops to Toshimaen Station, which is where you want to get to. Once you're there, you're going to want to locate exit A2, which will put you on the path towards the studio tour. From then on, it is roughly 190 meters or a 3 minutes walk. There are Harry Potter signage all the way there, so you know you're headed in the right direction. In this next section, I'm going to be quickly covering some items that you need to know before heading into the tour, and I will be doing this whilst also giving you a little preview of the tour. First of all, if you're heading here and expecting an amusement park with rides, you may be disappointed. Whilst the making of the Harry Potter tour has plenty of immersive and interactive components to it, the tour really feels more like a museum, but one that is made for Harry Potter fans. Like, I instantly recognized every outfit, statue, and installation with very little help from the description board. And there are parts of the tour that go quite in depth on the filmmaking and production side of things. It was personally fascinating for me to see how J.K. Rowling's books were brought to life. The tour is really such a treat for Harry Potter fans. But what if you're a Potterhead that doesn't speak Japanese? Well, in case you are concerned about possible language barriers, allow me to alleviate that concern, as the entire tour is bilingual, offering displays in both English and Japanese. And if you're lost or need help, all the staff converse in English as well. There is an option to purchase an audio guide, but I personally found that the amount of information on display was already sufficient. Alright, you've made it to the venue. Let's now talk about what you are allowed/not allowed to bring into the venue. You should check in your coats, bags, and suitcases into their cloakroom, which you can do free of charge. This, wherein possible by the way, should also include prams and buggies. They do not recommend for you to bring these in simply due to the space constraints within the studio, especially when it's crowded. If you're looking to capture some content, be it photos or videos, they also strictly forbid you from using a tripod or monopod throughout the tour space. That being said, phones and handheld cameras like this one here are allowed. Once you're done with checking in all your items, you will be directed into a cinema where you will be briefed on the venue before being directed to a huge door that is actually the entrance to the Great Hall. The hall is part 1 of 15 sections in the Harry Potter tour, which is contained in a 90,000 square meter space including the outdoor gardens, and as such, even though there is no time limit imposed on your visit, I would recommend allowing 3 to 4 hours in order to completely experience everything the tour has to offer. I personally took a little under 4 hours, and because of the duration and amount of exhibits to explore, I also definitely recommend wearing a comfortable pair of walking shoes. But even with a comfortable pair of walking shoes, you do want to be careful when exploring the exhibit, as there are some spaces that are not only dark but also with some unexpected steps and corners, notably the Forbidden Forest, as you can see here. As the tour is quite long, you may be interested in the food and drink options locations available throughout the tour. If you'd feel hungry before entering the tour or after finishing the tour, you can drop by the Frog Cafe or Food Hall located in the main entrance lobby. But if you do feel peckish throughout the tour, the Backlot Cafe is located at the halfway point of the tour. Personally, I didn't eat anything, but I did stop by the Backlot Cafe to enjoy a delicious butterbeer, which if you've never tried before, you must. I actually think this tasted better than the butterbeer I had at the UK location. This leads quite nicely into this next section where we talk about notable differences between the UK and Tokyo location, which is of particular interest if you, like me, have already been to the UK location before and are wondering if the two locations are different enough to warrant adding this tour to your Tokyo itinerary. You already know that the Tokyo location is much bigger than its UK counterpart, but what you may not know is this location also has some Tokyo exclusive installations that you won't see in the UK tour. One of them is the Great Wizarding Express attraction, which you would have seen in the Fantastic Beasts Secrets of Dumbledore film. Another would be the Ministry of Magic area, where you will even get a chance to ride the Flu Network. There is also a Learning at Hogwarts section where you can learn to cast a spell. Overall, whilst both venues offer many things in common, the Tokyo location still offers up enough differentiation points that make it worthwhile visiting. So I'm at the end of the Harry Potter tour now. Overall, I would say that the tour was extremely worth it. As a Potterhead, it was fascinating to see some of the sets up close and personal. And not only that, to also see kind of the amazing team, because I think often when we watch Harry Potter, we think of obviously the actors and the main cast, but so many people go into making such a huge production, and it was fascinating to see the people who were involved with the sound, the set design, etc, etc. I've been to the Harry Potter tour in the UK before. I actually feel like this Harry Potter tour was a lot more interactive than the one I did in the UK. Not to mention that it was so fascinating to see so many people, all of which I don't know, wearing Harry Potter robes, bringing wands, chanting the same spells, being fascinated and ooh and eyeing at the same things throughout the exhibit. It is just such a testament to the impact that the Harry Potter franchise has had on the world. Overall though, I think it was a great way to spend a morning, and if I was given a chance to do it again, I would do it again. If you are a Harry Potter fan, I strongly recommend this activity. I do hope that you found this video insightful. If you did, don't forget to drop me a like, comment or subscribe, as it really does help in keeping the YouTube algorithm gods happy. But more important than that, it just makes my day as a content creator. I have plenty of Tokyo Japan content in my Japan playlist, which I've included at the end of this video so that you can go ahead and watch that next. And if you got to this point of the video, 50 points to Gryffindor, but also I do hope that you have a fantastic day ahead, or that you've already had a good day. As always, I will see you real soon in the next video. Ciao!